Hey, what's happening, everybody? Okay, I get asked a lot from my clients and a lot of people also just who are just watching about what are the things that I like to do myself. So the things that make me feel good. Because if you've been following my videos, or if you've been one of my clients, or if you are one of my clients, you'll know that I like the three steps, especially for people who are going through something very difficult, like a difficult breakup or loss. And if you go and you can check my video, it's called Important Tips for Difficult Breakups. And in there, I talk about, this can work for breakups, for addictions, for anything. I think the first and foremost, most important thing is that uh, we have to stop doing whatever it is we were doing. So if it's in a breakup, that would be no contact. Then the next step I talk about is, not looking at your ex's shit, like not looking at their Facebook, Twitter. So no contact is not enough. The second step has to be, um, you know, not following their stuff. Okay, so you can translate all of these things into all kinds of situations for drugs, for alcohol, for addiction to food, for sugar, anything. The first thing is you got to stop the thing that you're doing, or phase it out. And then the second thing is do not follow those things. So don't look at your ex's Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. That's just going to keep them in mind. The idea here is to get the thing that's causing suffering and out of mind, so that we can get it out of thought. And then the final thing, number three, is the almost the most important thing, which is once you've removed the cancer, removed the thing that's causing all the suffering, put it aside. You're going to have to fill, because there's going to be a hole, a vacuum left. There's going to be this thing that's going to be like, ah, I need my ex, or the drugs, or the alcohol, or whatever, the food was filling this hole. And now that those things are gone, there's this hole that's left. And you're just going to be drawn back to your ex, or the food, or whatever those addictions were. So now it's time, once we are able to remove that thing out, and put it away, it's time to fill this hole in now with things. Replace it with healthy addictions, okay, or things that are going to make you feel great. And for me, I'm going to share with you like the things that have helped me. Okay, so just one more time, when we're in a relationship, or when we're in any situation, but it's something that we know that we have to stop because it's not good for us. Once you stop it or remove it, there's this hole left behind. And now I'm going to talk about what I used and what I continue to every day use to fill up my hole and to keep me feeling um, happy, content, at peace, strong, energized, full of vital energy, um, just feeling good, feeling happy. Okay, so these are the things that I do to make myself feel happy, and I've written down a list. And this video has taken a while because I've wanted to make sure that I'm getting in as many things as possible. And to my own surprise, there's a lot of things that I do that make me feel good. And a lot of these things, I do them every day. And I've already done a lot of them today. So I've woken up and now I'm making this video, but prior to making this video, I've done a lot of these things already that make me feel good. For example, I took a shower, I cleaned up my room, okay? But I'm going to come to those now. So let's dive into my list. This might be a long video, so strap yourselves in, grab a snack, grab some tea or something. I've got my ginger, honey, and lemon tea, which I have almost every day in the morning. That's good. And I've also had first thing in the morning. I have probiotic yogurt. I'll get a better one. Oh, here, check it out. So look, this is really good stuff. Not this particular brand because I'm in Thailand right now, but if you check it out, yogurt is really good. If you're lactose intolerant, I guess you won't be doing this, but you see this has a lot of good bacteria, and it's not just yogurt. There's a lot of things, fermented foods that are really good for you. And I just a quick point right now: if you ever do antibiotics, and I have avoided antibiotics for maybe 15 years. Unfortunately, got a infection recently, um, and had to do a week of antibiotics. And antibiotics not only kills all the bad bacteria in your body, but it kills all the good bacteria in your body. And sadly, we build this good bacteria up over years and years, and it's from our way of life, from the foods we eat, and that good bacteria is essential, for our life, for digesting food, for keeping our body healthy. As some of you might already know, many of you might not, that all our diseases and illnesses, and most of them, 90% probably and more, stem from digestion. So having good bacteria in your body is very important. So every day I put, the good bacteria in, especially after now I've done the antibiotics. All right, anyway, so let's dive into the list of things that make me feel good and helped me so much through difficult times when I feel lonely and depressed and empty. These are the things that I would do. And in fact, I've been writing this list for now a few years, and I just wanted to make sure that it was full. So this could be quite a long video, okay? So strap yourselves in and grab a notebook. Remember that this is all personal stuff to me, so everyone out there is going to have different things that are going to make them feel good. Some of these things on my list are not going to work for you. Some of them will. Maybe all of them will. Okay? So it's up to you to decide what is going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. You're going to notice that in this list of what makes me feel better, makes me feel good, you're not going to find things like sex. You're not going to find things like going on Tinder or Facebook. Those are stimulants, okay? So stimulating things that excite us, that make us feel good, like eating, and all of this sort of thing. The things that stimulate us, the sweet foods, the sex, the drugs, the weed, the alcohol, whatever it is, those extreme stimulating highs are not sustainable. They're spikes. They're pleasure spikes. And they don't last. In fact, they can make you feel more like shit. Many of them do. Okay? So on this list, you're going to find things that are long lasting, things that make me feel really good. It's a different type of wholesome, good feeling. All right, and let's dive into them. Okay. So, for example, I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth. Now, for me, taking a shower is an extremely meditative experience. Even, like I take a shower usually twice a day. In the morning, it feels so good. Like it's very cleansing for me. Like I said, it's a very meditative experience. I feel like it's a new beginning, and that's essentially what meditating is. Meditating is like a cleanse. It's where you get to re-energize yourself and start fresh. So for me, I love showers, and I won't just take them. I take them in the morning and at night, but I'll also take them if I feel like shit. Like if for some reason my day has not gone as planned, or something has happened, some negative energy has somehow occurred, or I feel like crap for some reason, showers sometimes really help me. So that's one of my secret power strategies. Is I'll take a nice hot shower and I'll wear some clean clothes, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel cleansed. So showers. Um, then what do I do is I clean. So cleaning is a very powerful thing, and I recommend this to a lot of my friends, my family. People sometimes ask me, and then I'll say this, and they'll be surprised. They'll be like, "Really? What? Cleaning is going to make me feel better? How's cleaning going to make me feel better? I don't want to clean up." Cleaning is makes you feel like you've not only been productive, it takes your focus. It's giving you something that you are, um, you know, it's some work that you're doing that you're going to feel like you've achieved a goal. So you're going to get a sense of achievement out of it. You're going to get a sense of you've done something productive. But aside from those things, just the act of cleaning itself is extremely therapeutic and meditative as well. Because what you're doing is you're cleaning not only physically the world around you, but it's linked to your mental. You feel more clean. You know, there's a saying: cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So I believe in that. And as someone, I have a very busy life. I have a very active life. So there's a lot of things that I do. And by the way, there's no excuse out there to say that you don't have any time for cleaning. It took me like just 5 minutes to sweep the floor, just do a little bit of, I saw a few stains here and there on, my kitchen area counter or in the bathroom, on the mirror. You know, I don't like to let things build and build and build too much when it comes to cleaning because I'm lazy. And I hate having to spend too long cleaning up. I hate it. So I do a little bit every day, and that way it's easier, and I get that fix. It's an addiction. These are, by the way, all these things I'm going to list are healthy addictions. And let's use that to our advantage. Let's use our addictiveness, the addiction that we have, that addictive nature within us. Let's use that to our advantage and replace unhealthy addictions like whatever it is, porn, our exes, bad relationships, toxic relationships, sex, whatever it is. Let's replace them with healthy things now. So yeah, cleaning up helps me feel so great. I feel like I start the day really well, and it keeps my environment clean. And like I said, I have an active, busy lifestyle, and I have a lot of different things that I work on aside from doing this coaching. I run a business. I have several businesses, and I'm doing many things. So having a clean environment helps me. I'm a big fan of space. So having space helps me think, makes me feel better, helps me plan, you know, helps me have more mental clarity. Okay, I feel more organized. So cleaning, huge one. Try it out. Okay. Or having your place cleaned if you don't have time. Hiring someone. There's nothing wrong with hiring a cleaner. You're helping someone support themselves. And if you don't have the time but you can afford it, yes, hire a cleaner. Have them come like once a week, clean your house, clean your room, whatever it is. Okay, it's worth it to live in a nice, clean, tidy environment. It's very important. Yeah. So again, these are all personal to me. So cleaning, showers. I haven't put these in order of importance, so bear with me, okay? But here I've got cooking, okay? Just the art of cooking. So you'll notice I haven't put eating, I've put cooking. Why? Because when you're cooking, when you're chopping, and you're preparing, and you're washing the dishes, and you're cleaning, and it's again a very, very meditative process. And look, you're not on the computer, you're not on your phone. Same with when you're cleaning. These are moments where they're about you. They're about your life, your space. And there's nothing that encapsulates self-love more to me than cooking for yourself. The ingredients that you put into your food. So if you don't know how to cook, maybe think about cooking lessons, or, cooking books or going on YouTube and starting off simple. I love barbecuing. Okay, I love it. Like I'll start a fire, I'll let it kind of like the heat go down a bit, and then I'll marinate my meat or my vegetables while I'm cooking some rice or some. I love cooking. It's an adventure for me, and not only is it adventurous, it's so therapeutic. It also makes me feel confident, in control, powerful. I can provide for myself. It gives me that sense of productivity, that I've accomplished something. And I also believe that instinctually we still have in our genes and our DNA a reward mechanism, some endorphins that go off when we cook for ourselves that date back from probably when we were in our caveman days, sitting around fires, and we would feel a sense of achievement when we've had a successful hunt or foraged and gathered foods. Okay, because it's heavily linked to our survival. So when you're cooking and preparing food for yourself, people say, "I don't have time for that. I'm busy. I'm working." We have time for it. There is time for it, and it's worth it. It's worth the time. Yes, at first you're going to feel like, oh, I could be on Facebook or I could be doing other things right now. But if you make it a habit, this is the healthy lifestyle that I recommend, and this is my way of living. For me, cooking is a critical part of my life, along with cleaning, along with taking showers, which is part of personal cleaning. So you'll see a pattern with all of these things that I'm going to list, and there's a lot more coming. Okay, so let's get into them. So cooking, yeah, massages, chiropractor, going to the osteopath, or um, I've talked about in my videos where I will sometimes maybe once a week just after a shower, I will cover my entire body up with jojoba oil or good healthy cream, and I'll just let it just sink in and absorb into my body. Or going for massages, going to the chiropractor, going to an osteopath. These things make me feel so good, not because, the obvious good feeling of getting a massage, but it's the attention that you're giving yourself. You're treating yourself like royalty. You're treating yourself with love. Again, this is self-love. So write all these things down and try some of them out. When you go and you get a massage or you get a chiropractor, you're getting attention. You're getting that love. You're getting someone who's caring for you, and ultimately who that someone is yourself. You're treating yourself well. Okay, you're treating yourself with respect. You're treating yourself with care. You're treating yourself with value. So you're investing value into yourself, and then subconsciously and or consciously you're going to have a higher self-image of yourself. You're going to have more love, more value for yourself. You're going to realize that you've invested so much into your health, into your state of mind, that your image and your self-talk, your self-value, your self-love all increase. So highly recommend massages, chiropractor, or just, as I said, taking some time out. It's very meditative, just covering your body with some good healthy oils. I like jojoba oil. Don't like coconut oil for my body. It's too greasy and too oily. Um, or creams, and then just let them soak in. And also, touching your body. I know it sounds funny to say this, but just exploring your own body. If you look at animals like gorillas, or you'll see videos of silverbacks or other types of apes. They spend all day just grooming each other. Just looking at each other, and it's very important because you're going to find, like, if you have infections, you're going to find if you have any lumps, God forbid, or cuts. It's just you're checking in with your body, and you're keeping an eye on your body, and you're making sure everything is healthy, and you're keeping your relationship with your body strong. Okay, and if you're in a relationship or you are able to do this for someone else and they can do it for you, even better. Massaging each other in relationships, grooming each other in relationships, such a strong and awesome and beautiful thing. Okay, and extremely energizing. So these are powerful, energizing things, better than the quick fixes that will make us happy for, maybe 5 minutes and then we feel more depressed. These things make us feel whole from inside. All right, so massages, grooming, grooming, like I said, I'll trim or cut my own hair or, you know, just look after myself, wearing nice clothing or whatever, okay? Oh, this is a big one. I do this every day. Going for drives. I need to go for a drive. Like every day, once a day, I need to, if I'm back in California, I'll go with my truck. I'll just go for a drive by the beach, or here, on my travels, every day I'll take the moped and I'll just go for a drive, and I'll try to like go down new roads that I've never been on. Okay, if you look at children, the reason why children are so excited, all the time is because everything is new to them. But as adults, we can wind up getting into this, repetitive grind and seeing the same things all constantly, and it just it's just simple. It gets boring, okay? And we're explorers, and we like, and the world is endless, full of endless things that we'll never in one lifetime get to see it all. So use that to your advantage, and every day try to go down a new path. Yeah, maybe you'll feel like, oh, I don't feel like it, I'm tired, whatever, but do it. You're always going to be glad that you did it afterwards. So whether it's going for a drive, going for a walk, going for a bike ride, whatever it is, traveling, on a plane to another place, traveling, going for, or just the point, this particular point, which is going for a drive, you know, do it. I do them every day. All right, so let's say traveling for another point. This is about being able to do this every day, going for a walk for lunch around the block, or, okay? So going out for a ride or a drive. Then I have here setting small goals and reaching them. Okay, so I've talked about this in a lot of my other videos, and this could be like, okay, I'm going to meditate today for 5 minutes, or I'm going to uh, get this chore done. So getting chores done, getting little things done. Make sure that whatever goals you're setting, they're small enough for you to accomplish them, because the purpose and the point of it is to accomplish it. Okay? It doesn't matter how small the goal is, just accomplish it. That feeling of accomplishment, it's going to make you feel confident, it's going to make you feel able, it's going to make you feel strong, and it's going to make you feel productive. You've had another productive thing that you've done in the day. It's going to make you feel great. Okay, so the next here I have push-ups. Yeah, so I do this every day, training, some sort of training. I like sometimes just to, I'll be working and then I'll be like, let me just do some push-ups. I'm going to do 50 push-ups now, or I'm going to do 100 push-ups, or I'm going to do 10 push-ups. It doesn't matter, but just, it can be pull-ups. Like if you can have a pull-up bar at home, or uh, whatever it is, just as you're going from one room to another, just say, I'm going to do 5 push-ups, I'm going to do 10 push-ups, whatever. First of all, again, there's that sense of that it's linked to what I was saying earlier, which is setting a small goal that you can achieve, and it makes you feel good. But also, physical exercise, releases endorphins, and when you release those endorphins, it feels great. And exercise is a great addiction to do. It's a great thing to become addicted to. So, I highly recommend that. You can start off with maybe, I like having a pull-up bar in my house, or like just as I'm going from room to room, I'll just be like, do some push-ups, and I'll try to aim to do, for me personally, I aim for 300 push-ups. I do them in sets of 100, so I'll do 100 push-ups, and I know that might sound crazy to a lot of people out there, but keep in mind I started with 10. And push-ups for me is one of my little fun things that I do that I try to improve on every year. So I started with 10, then it became 20, then I aimed for 50, and 50 seemed a lot to me. Someone told me that, part of the British Marines, is you have to do 50 push-ups in a minute. So I was like, oh, I want to try and do that. And then I was able to do that, and then I decided to go for 70, and then I wound up going for 100. So keep challenging yourself, keep pushing yourself. And yeah, I'll talk about that in another video as well because there's another reason I do that. It's a good way to like keep yourself in check. Just how are you doing health wise in life? Having those numbers, and I know that if I won't be able to hit 100, or if I, then I'll know that okay, I'm not in as good a shape as I need to be in. So I use it as a guide and a measure of where I'm at. All right, so push-ups and exercise, obviously. Um, okay, this is something I haven't been able to do for the last 2 years traveling, but gardening, landscaping. I love that. I love being out in my backyard and just landscaping, planting seeds. Back home in California, I eat a lot of fruit and I keep the seeds of the apples and the pears and the plums and I dry them all. And then I have a whole system at home where I have all the dried seeds in a little cup. And then I have like a tray with like little pots in my kitchen and I plant them and the seedlings come out and they become stronger. And then I'll go outside and I'll plant them outside around my backyard. So I have this continuous chain of things that I'm eating, the seeds, and then the seedlings, and then I get to watch all these things grow, around where I live. And I go out and I'll see them, trees that I had planted 5 years ago that are so. I love gardening. I love planting trees. I love that. It's not only you're connecting to the earth and to nature, but you get this sense of you're nurturing something. You're taking care of something. You're growing something. And the self talk and self image that happens consciously is that you're strong. You're strong enough to provide, to grow things. So it's very powerful, and I can't wait to go back and continue doing that. So we've got gardening, landscaping, sense of productivity from that. Okay, listening to people. Okay, yeah, that's self-explanatory. Sometimes when we're having conversations or when we're a group of people, we have this huge temptation to talk. We want to talk. We want people to hear us. But having that strength to just listen, it can make you feel really good sometimes. And going into those situations consciously where you're like, I'm going to be a listener. And the thing is, when you listen to people more, um, you are actually receiving their attention, which is power. Remember that. So you're getting powered up. When you're speaking and talking more, you're giving away your power. You're giving away your attention. So listening more helps. And I'm going to tie this in with one of the most powerful things of all, which I could almost go and say has helped me in such a huge way that it's almost like saved me a little bit, which is tied to listening to people, which is helping people. And I highly recommend this to everyone out there. Go help someone. Go help someone. Giving, your time to help guide people through bad breakups or help people through anything. Find something that you can do to help someone else. I know you're going to roll your eyes and be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I need help. The secret is that even if you need help, well, I needed help when I started helping people. But it helps you. And I talk about this in my other videos, like jiu-jitsu in martial arts. They will not give you your black belt until you have spent time teaching and training, because they believe that by teaching and by passing on and by helping others, that's how you strengthen yourself. And it is how you strengthen yourself. It really works. So I talk about this often in a lot of my videos. Like, if you're going through a breakup, try to find someone else who's going through a breakup and then help them, support them, listen to them, keep them strong, because it's only going to reiterate all the things that you need to be doing yourself. Okay, so help in any way you can, giving to charity, but I think it's better if you're more actively helping and connecting with the people. Like, you get to see them or talk to them. Okay. In the U.S., there's so many. People love helping over there. People are very actively involved with, giving their time. Um, there's like so many different organizations that deal with like helping people build houses or whatever. So get involved, okay? And you're gonna meet cool people too, okay? So highly recommend helping people. And if you're too lazy, you can just do it online. You can go to a forum or a website where people are going through difficulty, and then you can just support them, help them, give them advice. Or it could be to your family, it could be to your friends. So let's see what's next here. So listening, helping people. Working. Okay, yes, working. I love it. I love it. Doing some work, putting in a hard day's work makes you feel better. Again, makes you feel like you've been productive. So I like getting work done. In fact, one of my coaches once said, when you're out of work, it can make a man sad. And it's very true. We need to work, not just men, but women, all of us. So, getting some work done every day, whether it's your day job or it's like your side business that you're trying to start or a creative endeavor or whatever project, getting some work done. Okay? Yeah, I just basically go on to say, anything that takes discipline, because gives you a sense of productivity, but it also makes life better. It makes having breaks and vacations that much more delicious and awesome. It makes weekends more fun. So doing some work, it's very important. People who don't work actually wind up being miserable, even millionaires, even rich people, yeah? They just get bored and miserable, and all they wind up doing is stimulants, the stimulating things that will make them more and more depressed and miserable. The sex, the drugs, the food, all that decadent stuff. So let's see what's next here. Watching movies. Yes, I love movies. So that's a self explanatory one. Every night I like to watch a movie, usually with my dinner. I'll kind of sit down and watch something, like I said, uplifting, energizing, something that I'm going to learn from. Okay? Ooh, here's a big one. Wow, this is a long list. I might have to make this a two-part video. Let's see, 32 minutes. All right, let's try and get it all in here. So where were we? I'll try and speed this list up a bit. So yeah, watching movies. Okay, here's a big one. Yeah, scheduling and planning. Very important. I like to plan for my next day. So while I'll be lying in bed, I will think about what I'm going to do the next day, and then I sleep more comfortably. All right, so planning out your week. I've talked about this as well. Like on Monday, you'll do this. On Tuesday, on Friday, you'll go to certain restaurants or have certain foods. On the weekends, you'll do certain activities. So try to mix it up and create an awesome week schedule for yourself. Okay? Make your week exciting and try not to repeat things back to back, otherwise, you're going to wreck them. So, like I have certain foods that I will save for certain days. Like Friday, I'll have more exciting food. Sunday, I'll have something else. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll have different things to eat. It could be activities. I won't train jujitsu on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. So planning and scheduling, very, very important to helps me feel better. So let's see here. Scheduling and planning. It gives you a sense of confidence, a sense of order, a sense of control. Yes. Helping, I've already talked about that. Talking to my family. So this makes me feel great. When, yes, sometimes I don't get along. We aren't going to get along with our family or our friends. We might, but remember, keeping a good relationship, especially with your family, it can be energizing. And yeah, if you don't have a good relationship, it's fine. Keep more distance. But you know, connecting with our family, our mom, our dad, our brother, just even if it's a brief connection, even a text or a quick call, it can be extremely energizing because that's our family. That's where we've come from. We're bonded by blood. Our roots come from our parents. So touching, connecting with our family is wonderful. Okay, so that's something I highly recommend, and I try to do that every day. I connect with my mom, I connect with, you know, my family, and I just try to, like, have a connection, keep my relationship strong. And yeah, sure, there's always, with family we can have our ups and downs, but always keep that connection. Whether there's a lot of distance or you're very close, it's fine. Find that good amount of space, that healthy space, but keep the connection. All right, this isn't a must, but this is just something important for me. Writing affirmations, obvious one. I'm not going to go into that too much. I talk about it a lot in my videos. But writing affirmations, positive self-talk, connecting with yourself, envisioning the future, manifesting, meditating, very powerful for me. I try to meditate every night for an hour before I go to bed. Um, Drawing, you know, writing music, playing my guitar, these things are very important to me. They make me feel great. Cold showers, I've talked about in some of my videos. Okay, so you can look up that video for more info on cold showers. Excuse me for a second. Okay, jumping in the ocean, something I love doing in California, especially when I was going through some really hard times. I would do this every day. And this is linked to going out into nature. So hiking, I have right underneath it. I love going on beach walks. When I was living in Bali, at least 2 or 3 times a week, I would go to the beach, I'd walk, and I'd just pick shells. And I have a ton of shells. On my 2-year travel, I have almost a bag full of rocks and shells, and I'm going to take them back with me to California. And back home, I have rocks and shells from all over the world, from everywhere I've traveled. And they're all over my house. I love decorating my house with just all these shells and rocks and everything. And for me, it's very meditative. And I also get to decorate and, create a surrounding that I like. It's as simple as surround yourself with things that make you feel good. Okay? Going into people's houses sometimes, like, I'll feel like it can be stale and not very homey. It's your environment, so make it beautiful. Okay, make it energizing to you. Whether it's putting posters that you like, or frames that you like, or pictures of people that energize you, or quotes. In my house, I have quotes on the wall framed, Mother Teresa quotes, or anything energizing from fighters, and I'll put them around because that's my environment, and it's what's going to help keep me strong and energized. So, going out into nature is so important. I love hiking, and there was a moment, a period of time where I was hiking, and I felt so empty and alone. And I remember just thinking that there's no reason for me to feel so bad because Mother Earth, this planet that we're on, loves us so much, gives us air, gives us food, gives us everything we need, and it's providing for us. And we have not only our birth mother, but we have this powerful mother that's huge, and it's just giving us everything we need. It's keeping us alive. So keeping that connection with nature, I don't talk about it a lot, but it's very powerful for me, and it's very important in my life. So jumping in the ocean, it's quite in California. The ocean's freezing, so it's similar to having a cold ice bath, but it's powerful, and you feel alive afterwards. So what else do I have here? Traveling, I've talked about that. Creating new memories, because, I talked about that. When you travel, you see new things. It's exciting. It's awesome. Okay, cool. So these are some things that actually physically make you feel better. Honey. I love honey, and I eat honey every day. I have it in my drinks, or I'll just have a spoon. And honey actually makes you feel better. There's some chemical reactions that take place in your mind that it makes you feel happy. So having a spoon of honey sometimes if you feel like crap, or before you go on a date, or before you go into an interview or a meeting or whatever, just have a spoon of honey. It makes you feel better. And the same goes with bananas. I've heard that having a banana, there's something in there too that makes you feel happy. Okay, there's just something in there that makes you feel better. So bananas, uh, these are my treats: honey, bananas, chocolate. I love 70% dark chocolate, and I'll just have a little piece of it sometimes with my tea at night. It's important to give ourselves treats. So, yeah, here I talk about treats. So, sometimes after my training, I'll go treat myself to a smoothie, something delicious. Or once a week, I'll have a cheat day. I'll treat myself to like some cake or, whatever it is, yeah? It's important to give ourselves treats. I give myself a treat every day. So, like with my dinner, after dinner, I need like something, a treat. And for me, I try and keep it healthy during the week. So, it'll be some fruits that I like. Like I like rose apples. I like pomelo. I love, berries and whatever. Yeah, pineapple, mangoes, things like that. I think are delicious. But I like to don't make it too sweet. You got to be careful. Mangoes, pineapples can be too sweet, bad for your teeth. But yeah, find like some good treats, and then once a week I'll have like an unhealthy treat, my cheat day. So nearly finished the list here. Yoga makes me feel so good. Again, that's meditating, that's stretching, it's good for your body. Playing guitar, I've already talked about. Oh, okay, watching spiritual videos and watching cool videos. So, videos like what you guys are watching now. I also do the same thing. I learned so much from watching documentaries and videos, people talking, sharing their knowledge. So I love that. Like Eckhart Tolle. For a while I was into watching all these videos, and I still do every now and again. Obviously, jiu-jitsu. I recommend everyone out there, if you have even a slightest interest in learning a martial art or doing something, go and check out jiu-jitsu class near you. Go and do it. Go take a free class. And then email me. Ask me if you have questions. I've been doing this for 6 years now, so I can help recommend schools, whatever. But Jiu-Jitsu is going to be for me one of the biggest, most important parts of my life because I can do it until I'm 90, and it's going to constantly strengthen my body. And it's going to keep making me fitter, more flexible, healthier, stronger, and it's going to help my attitude, my mental outlook. So Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm going to end this with praying. Praying. I pray before I go to bed. I don't pray to any specific God. It's not about Christianity or Judaism or Islam or atheism. I simply am grateful for everything that I have, and then I send out thoughts to people I love and care for, and I just think of their health, I think of their happiness. I visualize my own health, my own happiness, and that's what I call prayer. Prayer is positive thinking. Prayer is positive thinking and positive visualizations of the future, sending out positive energy and positive and strengthening, energizing feelings and thoughts to people. Okay? So, whew, didn't think we were going to make it. I'm sure there's a few things I'm missing out, but that's a big part of my life, of how I live my life. So I hope there's something in there that helps. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. And try some of these things out. And this is just my own personal, unique list of things that help me stay strong and happy and healthy. All right, you're going to custom tailor your own list. Journaling is a huge part for me. So go out there and take care of yourself. It's going to be fun. Look after yourself and go out and beam into the world. And yeah, excuse me, I literally haven't had breakfast or anything. This is all I've had, so I'm a little tired, but that was a long list, and I hope it helps, okay? And a long video. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Ask me questions if you need to. If you have any questions or if you comments, you can go ahead and put them down below. And if you're interested in life coaching, then what I do is I try to help people find what works for them. And yeah, so yeah, just message me. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon.